Man of Steel. So, because the Suicide Squad is coming out in a month, I was thinking, why not review all of the DCEU movies that I haven't reviewed here on my YouTube channel. So, in the movie, Clark Kent learns that he is a superpowered alien from the planet Krypton. He assumes the role of mankind's protector as the one and only Superman, making the choice to face General Zod, played by Michael Shannon, and prevent him from destroying humanity. So, this is the first, this is, Man of Steel is the origin, of Superman. And I love how this movie, I did like how this movie opened up with on Krypton with by the way, like Russell Crowe, Kevin Costner, like these are amazing. These names are just like has star power in them. So, but anyway, Russell Crowe as Jor-El is just amazing. I love Russell Crowe. I love Russell Crowe and I love Kevin Costner. And I really like Michael Shannon and Lawrence Fishburne. Like these names, oh my god. But anyway, we'll talk about the actors and the characters later. But anyway, the movie opens up on Krypton, and Jor-El is saying that Krypton is about to explode. It's about to die, and we need to get the hell out of here. But the council of they don't believe him. I love how the way Krypton looks. Krypton is Superman is an alien, so his origin, his background should it makes sense for it to be alien. It kind of looks prehistoric, so Krypton looking prehistoric, because we didn't see Krypton in Superman Returns. We did see it in the Richard Donner Christopher Reeve movies, but I kind of like this version of Krypton, like this prehistoric. It has a prehistoric look to it. So yeah. So going into this movie, by the way, this is actually the first Superman movie where Superman actually throws a punch. Because if you really think about it, the Christopher Reeve, he didn't really punch anyone. Like he didn't Superman punch anyone. Like he basically slapped and wrestled General Zod in Superman 2. Yeah, he never actually physically fought anyone. He just slapped and threw people around in those movies, Christopher Reeve. And don't even get me started with Superman. Don't even get me started with Superman Returns. He didn't even fight anyone in that movie. But one day I will review those. One day I will review those. Superman Returns. I've already reviewed the Christopher Reeve movies, except Superman Quest for Peace, which one day I'll review that movie. But anyway, so yeah, this is the first movie. If you really think about it, this is the first Superman movie where he actually throws a punch. It was amazing. I love the action. This action scenes were were really entertaining, and I really enjoyed them. But it's not perfect. Man of Steel I really enjoy this movie. I really like this movie. There are people out there who really love Man of Steel, but there are some people who don't like Man of Steel. For me, I really liked Man of Steel, but don't get me wrong, this isn't a perfect movie. It's not fucking perfect. It's not flawless. There are flaws. I do have I do have a couple, maybe a bunch of issues with this film. For example, the star of the movie, Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is my man crush. All right, I have a huge crush on Henry Cavill. He's like my only. He's my one and only man crush. That man is so ridiculously handsome, and it's like he looks like a god. He really does look like he really does look like Superman. Like, oh my god, like he's whipped. Oh my god, not only is he tall, but he's jacked. Which they wanted to, I believe not Chris, I'm thinking about Christopher Reeve. What I meant to say was, I believe it was Henry Cavill, or maybe it was someone else, said that they wanted, they wanted Henry to look like a Superman, like the absolute perfection, like the physique of a Superman, like of a god, and he really does look like one. So Henry Cavill as Superman, this movie, this role really boosted his name in the entertainment, acting, industry, into stardom. But I didn't like his portrayal of Superman, because when I think about Superman, I think about this great, inspiring, hopeful, character, superhero, who always has this huge smile on his face and always reassures people. Kind of like Christopher Reeve. And a little bit with Brendan Routh. I felt like Brendan Routh's Superman was basically trying to copy and embody Christopher Reeve. But yeah, that's my Superman. Like, Christopher Reeve is my Superman. It wasn't until I believe Joss Whedon's Justice League, which, by the way, I thought was terrible. But in that movie, they fixed Superman as a character. He started to laugh more. He started to chuckle more. Because, like, in this movie, and definitely in Batman v Superman, Superman comes off as very serious and stoic. He has this very serious, in this movie, he, smiled and chuckled. He smiled and chuckled and laughed a bit. But in Batman v Superman, I can't remember Superman, just smiling. He's so serious and so stoic. It's not Superman. It's not Superman at all. It's not my Superman. So yeah. And I love, the action sequences. The action sequences in this film were amazing, and like I said, it was amazing. But there were times, definitely, in the battle in Smallville, like with IHOP, getting destroyed. There were times in the film where the action scenes did drag on a bit. Like, there was a point, I honestly thought that there was, they were done, Superman and General Zod, they were done fighting. But then all of a sudden, nope, it's not. But then all of a sudden, nope, it's not finished. This action sequence is not finished. There's another villain, Kryptonian villain here that Superman has to defeat. So it just drags on a bit too far. And yeah, Superman is Superman is an alien. He has superpowers. He can fly. He has all these powers, which means that yes, there will be which of course, there will be visuals and CGI in the film. And it looked really good, but yeah, there are a couple times in the film where the CGI looked really bad. Like, oh, it didn't look, it didn't look clean. Let's go with that. But yeah, and I don't really like Amy Adams' portrayal of Lois Lane. I don't know, like her character journey of trying to find out who this mystery man is, which is like a huge plot, which is a huge plot detail, a plot moment in the film. It's just her portrayal of her Lois Lane, it's not working for me. I don't like her Lois Lane. I prefer, when I think about Lois Lane, and I will always remember Margot Kidder. Margot Kidder, she is Lois Lane. She captured Lois Lane perfectly. I didn't really like Amy Adams' portrayal, her interpretation of the character of Lois Lane. Yeah, and also their romance in the film, I didn't really buy it. I didn't really get into it. I didn't feel any connection between this Superman and this Lois Lane at all. Like, not like the Christopher Reeve movies, not like the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. But yeah, and a little bit in the Brandon Routh film. But yeah, so that's that. And also, there were a little bit character development in this film. General Zod is an amazing character. I think he's the only, actually, now that I think about it, he's the only great DCEU villain, like, at all, because Lex Luthor, no. Doomsday, no. Ares, I don't think so. Enchantress, hell no. Ocean Master, nah. Maybe a little bit in Dr. Savannah in Shazam. Yeah, I think he's the only one, even though I would love to see more of his I would have liked to see a little more development with Lois Lane and General Zod. We got some information, some background, some development, but I just my only nitpick would be like a little bit more, just a like maybe a portion, just a little bit more, like a quarter. But but Michael Shannon as General Zod, oh my god, like I still remember the trailer for the film, like, I will find him, like the way Michael screamed and yelled that line was just, I was like, oh shit, that was awesome. His General Zod was just amazing. He's not like General Zod isn't like a one-dimensional, one-note villain. He's not there to just be a villain and to fight the heroes, which I think Doomsday was. He's not just there to be a villain. Like, he wants, the only thing General Zod cares about is to preserve and to save only Krypton. And I really do believe his motivation and his belief. And so yeah. But anyway, oh my god, this movie, one of the things I will remember about this movie is the flashback. The flashback with the flashback with Jonathan Kent. There there are two things I want to talk about before I wrap this review up. The first one is the flashback with Jonathan Kent, like his death scene with the tornado, and what that means, what I think that means. I mean, you clicked on my video, which means you want to know what I thought about. You want to hear my opinion. You want to know what I think. So here's what I think about what that means. Like when Jonathan, Clark was about to rescue his father. Like the tornado was right behind him. His leg was injured. He couldn't run. He couldn't move. Clark was about to save him, but before he did, Jonathan, his dad, put his hand up. He's like, no, don't. You're not ready. They are not ready. I thought that was a powerful scene. I thought that was a powerful scene and a very emotional scene. Like, oh, damn. Like, I actually got chills. Like, my heart broke a little. I'm not joking. Like, I'm not lying. It really did, because, like, in the music, the score that followed, that accompanied that scene was so touching. And the way, Clark said to Lois, I let my father die because I trusted him, because he believed that the world wasn't ready to find out who he really was. And I just, oh my God. And another scene I want to talk about is the big finale, is the big ending where Superman had, where General Zod, he had, there's like this family. They are like locked in a corner of that building, of the building, and then General Zod, he's shooting his heat vision, and the heat vision is slowly getting closer and closer to like incinerating that family who's all huddled together in that corner, and Superman's like screaming, and he's like begging for General Zod to stop, stop, don't do this, but he doesn't care. Zod doesn't care. He's just, his heat vision is getting closer and closer. And this is the one thing that a lot of people are debating about. Superman killing General Zod. Was that necessary? Like, I felt like, here's what I thought. Here's what I think. I felt like, yeah, it makes sense. Superman killing, snapping General Zod's neck. It made sense. Like, what the fuck was Superman was gonna do? What the fuck is he gonna do? Like, what was he supposed to do? Like, was he supposed to let the family die? Was he supposed to let the family die? He had to do something in that moment, in that desperate, like, he's begging, like, Superman is begging and pleading for Zod to stop with his life, but Zod doesn't care. So, it makes sense. For me, he had no other choice. He had no choice. Sometimes superheroes are forced in a very difficult decision, like a very difficult situation, and sometimes they have to do something that they really don't want to do, and in this case, it's snapping Zod's neck. So, yeah, like, what are we supposed to do? Like, tickle him to death? I didn't, Another thing I don't like about this movie is like the overall, like, I felt like not the pacing, but like the one time it could have been cut down a little bit. And another thing is like the dark tone. Like, Christopher Nolan is producing this movie, and he directed the Dark Knight trilogy, which was a very dark and serious, but there were humor in those films, and the humor actually works in those films, but it just doesn't work with someone as bright and hopeful and colorful as Superman. I didn't like I don't know, it's not the cinematography, but it's like, I didn't like the tone, the dark tone. I didn't like the dark tone that is set in, like, this dark and serious tone that is set in the film. But that's just my opinion. That's what I think. Whatever. I'm trying to think about anything else I want to talk about. I think that's it. I think that's all. Yeah. So, if you've seen Man of Steel, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to my review. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family, and I will see you soon.